My name's Alex Rodriguez, reminding you, you don't need a contract, you need a team of pros.
Hey, what's up guys? Alex with Bay Cities Construction here. Man, we're in the middle of the Corona thing, but we don't give up around here, so we have to create some good content for you. We know you're probably bored at home and your kids are driving you crazy, so there's something to do. So today we put a really cool little show together for you, the ultimate kitchen features. If you're thinking about remodeling your kitchen, we are going to be talking about really cool features that you can that we can actually have built into your cabinets that'll give you more function. So we've got a full jam-packed slideshow for you with some really cool recommendations and some cool topics of conversation. If you're going to be watching, please don't hesitate to post a question. We are live, and Brian will be fielding your questions, and we can give you some answers online. So don't go anywhere. My name is Alex with Bay Cities Construction. We're going to be talking about kitchen remodeling and the ultimate features. Hey, what's up guys? Alex Rodriguez here, Bay Cities Construction. We're talking kitchen remodeling. We're going to put together, we're going to be unrolling a series of shows about kitchen remodeling. So we're going to talk about removing walls. We're going to be, in this case, we're going to be talking about cabinets. We're going to do another show on plumbing and countertops. So hopefully you'll find them interesting and you'll find them informative and you'll share them. If you haven't done so, please like us and follow us on Facebook. And if you're watching this later on a rebroadcast on YouTube, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button and the little bell so you can be alerted when we have a new video. So guys, let's get into it. This is episode 38 of the construction show. We put together a show weekly on a new topic related to construction. So please follow us on those things. Last week, we talked about how to maximize rents if you're considering doing an ADU. So if you haven't done so already, that's episode 37. You can check it out. Check out the replay on Facebook and on YouTube. All right, so let's get into this deal. So tonight, we're talking about cabinet storage. We're going to talk a little bit about this company that builds really cool storage solutions. The name of the company is Rev-A-Shelf. And we're also going to be talking about some of the most popular features in kitchen cabinet design. So, what is cabinet storage / organization? Like, what does that really mean, right? If you look at, if you have a kitchen that was built in the 80s or, in the 70s, even before that, you'll notice that it's probably a face frame cabinet. You lose a lot of inside space on the actual cabinet body. You don't have any gadgets for storage. It's pretty bare bones. So what we're talking about, the newest materials that are out there by Rev-A-Shelf really increase the functionality of the cabinets. So you can deal with areas that were traditionally dead space. You can also vertically store more. So like if you look at this cabinet here, you can see that the entire volume of the cabinet body is used up by setting things in this way. And you can get to things that are in the back of the cabinet where normally you'd have to be digging stuff out. That normally involves losing your religion and your temper at the same time. That stuff kind of goes away because everything's a pull-out now, and you can pull any big pots or pans or any other item from the rear of the cabinet without having to empty out the cabinet. So these pull-out systems that are on a track like this are really a game changer for storage and construction. Oh, sorry, backspace. Okay. The other aspect of it is that it allows you to organize smaller items, right? You're able to see and pull out with precision only the item that you need. So those are very, very big differences in how the storage functionality of your kitchen will work. So let's talk about Rev-A-Shelf. By the way, I'm not getting any money from Rev-A-Shelf, although if they want to send me money, I would gladly take it, especially things are a little bit slowing down with the crazy virus situation. But this is just my experience using Rev-A-Shelf over the years, and also the Rev-A-Shelf has come up with new stuff, so I want to talk to you about those things, and we're excited to implement those in some of the kitchens that we're working on. So Rev-A-Shelf comes out with kind of a collection every year. In this case, the 2020 spring collection is out, and let's talk about what that means. Rev-A-Shelf is their world leader in storage options. They've been around for a long time, and they, according to their site, they have over 5,000 different options to choose from. Now you'll notice that for us the most common is this unit here. It's this corner unit. It's like a full corner. Like, see, normally this is a dead corner back here. So this pot will literally be sitting in an area that had practically no functionality before. This is one of the most common pullouts that we use for a what we call a dead corner, or a blind corner. It's really an awesome piece. By the way, you can also adjust the heights of these. So if you've got something that's lower, or a tall potter pan that you need to get clearance, the top unit will adjust in its height. It also has a soft close thing, so things don't slam around. That's a really cool little feature. Some of the other neat things that are coming out this year is this vertical storage for a wall cabinet. If you notice, this is an actual wall cabinet. If you have a lot of times when we're designing kitchens, you end up having to make bigger cabinets because you got to fill the space in. So this scenario here, this is like an 8-inch cabinet, and it's a really cool setup if you just want to store things that are going to be handy that you use every day, like coffee mugs. Coffee mugs at my house, my mother-in-law breaks more mugs every year than than Denny's breaks eggs. And it's normally because of the way that they're stacked, but this type of system here really minimizes on that, and it helps you get to your coffee mugs, or you can use this for Tupperware. You can use this for a bunch of other things, kitchen items that you use often and are typically hard to store. So let's talk about some popular storage features. But before we do that, we're going to take a break. Hey, if you guys have any questions, get your questions ready. We'll be right back. And we're going to continue popular storage features.
Over the years, I've built and remodeled lots of homes, so I know the value of working with experts, like the product experts at Ferguson. When you're ready to make your dreams a reality, find inspiration with bath and kitchen pictures you love. Choose the right contractor or designer for your project, and then schedule some time to meet with a Ferguson product expert. They'll help you find the perfect products from top brands. So schedule a consultation and visit a Ferguson near you.
Hey guys, so we're back. Thanks for sticking around. By the way, if you have any questions, please post them below. It definitely makes the show go a little bit more fun. All right, popular storage features. So let's look at that. This is probably by far the most popular feature, and it's the trash and recyclable tandem pullout. I would say 99% of all of my jobs have one of these in there. That and the dead corner Le Mans unit. So typically this is about an 18-inch cabinet, and you can definitely store some stuff in the drawer up on top. We normally put these on one side of the sink, or in other cases we'll put it near the stove. And it really will depend on how you work. See, part of how I designed the kitchen for you is I ask you questions about how you like to cook, and ideally what are the things that you dislike about your kitchen now that you wish you had. And we try and create these workstations all over the kitchen. In fact, maybe we should do that. We should do a video. If you guys want to watch a video on how we create a kitchen floor plan and our our kind of our methodology is to create workstations. I'd love to hear if you guys want to see a video about that. We've never done one about that. So we've done floor plans for other stuff, but not for kitchens. So maybe we should do that. Anyhow, so this is the most popular layout. Now, I got to tell you, this cabinet, it's been around for a while. Or this pullout, better said. It's a vertical pullout with like a pegboard. I think I'm going to start using this because particularly down here in the South Bay, we have a lot of these small galley kitchens, and it's very difficult to store pots and pans. You need a nice wide drawer. You need a 24-inch drawer to stick pots and pans, and you still have to kind of dig through it to pull out the right pot. So if we have a pullout like this that's maybe on an 18-inch cabinet and you can store stuff vertically, this may be a really cool option, especially if you, like my common use pans are cast iron. I love cooking with cast irons. So I've got a large, maybe 16-inch cast iron skillet, and then I've got maybe an 8-incher and a 10-incher. And they're kind of my go-to pans. I've got a small Teflon treated pan that I use for eggs in the morning. So a setup like this is perfect for all of the pots and pans that you need on a regular, that you use frequently, that you're going to use every day. So you're not digging stuff out of a cabinet. And by the way, the more you stack stuff in a drawer, the greater the likelihood of breaking something or having something fall out of the cabinet, etc. So these are all things you should consider when you're evaluating which storage option you want to use. This is kind of a cool deal if you kind of want to keep your tech in the kitchen, but you're worried about, like, if you got a new iPhone and you're worried about dropping it or having it be bumped off the counter. This is a really cool setup, particularly if you have a bigger kitchen and you have extra space. Something like this would be pretty cool to set up. And by the way, you could throw your keys in there and you'll never forget your phone. Like, sometimes I'll run out of the house and I'll leave my phone on the charger. But if you store your keys in the same drawer that you store your phone, you're less likely to forget it. So, by the way, we could totally hook this up. On the inside of the drawer, we put an outlet inside of the cabinet, and then that outlet will power this little bad boy up here, and all of your devices can be charging and be ready to go for the next day. All right, so that's kind of a cool thing. This is another drawer. This is an insert. So Rev-A-Shelf makes that, but our cabinet maker also makes those from scratch. And it's basically some plywood stacked in at an angle, and it helps organize it and keep it handy. The cool part with this is if you have a bunch of spices and stuff that have kind of worked their way onto the insert, you can pull that insert, dust it off, wash it, and put it back away. So it's a cool little deal that really common, not very expensive, but I think most people that have it, they love it. By the way, you can also get an insert like this that'll hold like your knives and your cutlery. If you have a setup with like a butcher block, some of these come with a butcher block setup, and then the cutlery knives will be under it. Again, it's a neat way to organize that stuff. All right, this is the perfect device if you're short. If you're short, this is really good. So check this out. You have a little handle here. When this is sitting inside of the cabinet, the handle is about this high, so you literally can easily just reach up for it and pull down 2 shelves, and you'll be pretty much at eye level with them. So it's a neat little feature if you have a horizontal handicap, if you're short. All right, this right here is a kind of a new spin on the Lazy Suzan. I don't like this as much as the other one, but if you have things that are super heavy like this mixer, it could be a good spot for it. Now, the job that we just finished up in PV, we actually have a mechanical pullout for the mixer. So the mixer goes in the base cabinet, and when you need it, you pull out the entire pullout, and it goes to counter height. And you use the mixer, clean up the bowl, you're done. It straps in. You put it back underneath the cabinet, the entire unit actually articulates. It's a pretty cool little setup. We're going to shoot a video on that when we get back up there because that's a really cool setup. All right, this right here. See, this is that job that I was telling you about. Look how big, look how much surface area there is with this unit. This one has a double storage. It's got the spice rack deal. It's got a shallow drawer and then 2 deep drawers and then a small drawer bank. And then here's the cooktop in this case. And then on this cabinet is where we have the KitchenAid mixer setup. It's really neat. Hey guys, we're going to take some questions. Hope this has been informative for you. If you want to learn more about it, we're going to put together a blog article that will link to this below later. And do we have any questions, Brian?
Yeah, so we want to give a little bit of a shout out to everybody that's viewing our live stream on Facebook. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, one of our viewers would like to know are these DIY friendly?
So no, they're not DIY. Other than the maybe that insert for the spices is DIY friendly. The other ones they're going to be kind of a little tricky to get in there. And there's a little bit of adjustment. I mean, if you're handy, you may be able to do it. But if you consider yourself a novice, you may be causing some damage, man.
Yeah. So another question is, how much of an added cost is it to add all these features?
Probably looking at about $550, $650 per insert. It's not that expensive for the spice rack, the insert, but any of the mechanical ones, you're probably looking at about $500-$600. Total added, installed, and the cabinet made for it, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I guess somebody noticed that there's different materials available. They want to know, do you recommend the wood pullouts or the wire pullouts? Or is there a difference between them?
I think it depends. Depends on what you're storing there. So like for the bigger pots and pans, like in the first slide that I showed you where it's the red pots and pans, I really like, for storing those types of pot and pans, I like the wire. For storing Tupperware and maybe a base with a pegboard deal, I like the wood. So it just depends on what you're storing. Like I don't want dishes on the wire. I don't mind having metal to metal, like a metal pot or pan on the wire, but I don't want dishes on the wire. I think that if you drop a dish or a bowl, if you have somebody like my mother-in-law is responsible for breaking a lot of stemware, a lot of dishes at my house. So I feel that if she were to drop, even if it's a short drop, a plate or a glass or something into a cabinet that's made out of wood, it'll be a little bit more forgiving than dropping a metal on glass contact.
Another viewer would like to know, can they find these at Lowe's or at the Home Depot?
Yes, actually, some of the more popular pullouts you can find at Lowe's or Home Depot in the cabinet section there. Yeah, I think the trash pullout is a very common one. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, there's another one. They want to know, what's your favorite pullout or feature?
My favorite pullout is definitely the corner pullout, that full pullout that I showed you. That's my. I love this thing. This thing's really cool. Because for many years before this stuff came out, that corner was always like such a loss of space. And even when you have a Lazy Susan, you still lose a ton of space, and the Lazy Susans were cheap and they're made out of plastic. And I think that if you have a nice kitchen like this where you have a badass countertop and really nice cabinets, I don't like having a whole lot of plastic inside of the cabinet. That's my opinion.
Another viewer wants to know, how can I make sure that they get the perfect look?
It's super important that during the design phase, you do the work yourself about going through Pinterest and Houzz and getting your head around a particular theme, right? So like this kitchen that's on the screen here, this kitchen, it's a shaker with a real nice marble countertop, and the owner really gravitated during the design phase towards a lighter colored room, a lighter colored cabinets and stuff like that. So if you do your homework and you spend some time looking at a bunch of different kitchens, you'll be able to get your head around what's the actual look that you're going for. And you don't have to copy other kitchens. You just have to get your head around what it is that you like. That's the biggest challenge that we have during the design phase, is that people don't know what they like yet. So they have kind of an idea of what they want, but they don't know exactly they're not certain enough to make a decision. So working this process, the design process, and eliminating things that you don't like, and then ultimately identifying things that are keepers. That's how we get through it. That's a good question though.
Another viewer would like to know, are there any specific kitchen layouts that are better suited for all these features?
Yes, you want, in the galley kitchens, it's tough. Galley kitchens are really the toughest to handle, because of the way that the floor plans. It's hard to function with in a galley kitchen. The floor plan's real tight, so it's important to keep in mind that you want to create these workstations, right? Creating workstation spaces is the best way to go about it. You kind of have to start thinking like, okay, in this countertop area, what do I want to be doing? Am I going to be using this for food prep? Am I going to be using this for baking? What is it that we want to do here? And then you break the sections of your kitchen down along those lines. That's how we do it. So that you ideally want to create 3. If you have a bigger kitchen, you could do maybe even up to 6 workstations, for lack of a better word, right? If you go into a restaurant, if you look through a commercial kitchen, you could see that the different sushi. Can you please tell them to stop printing stuff? Sorry, we have stuff printing here and it's distracting. If you're in a commercial kitchen, you could see that people have set up workstations for different types of components of cooking, right? So you've got somebody that's working a grill. You got somebody that's working a couple of pans. You've got somebody that's maybe in a just a food prep, like that's dicing vegetables and stuff like that. So these are all things that you got to design your kitchen like that, so that it works like that. You're creating workstation spaces. That's how you got to get your head around. Some people they're very preoccupied with the triangle and this and that, and that's okay, but it's not as important as creating workstations.
Sorry guys about that interruption. We have a smart printer here that's not so smart sometimes.
Yeah.
So one of our other viewers would like to know, who can I hire to make sure that I get all these features that I want?
I think it's important for you to hire somebody that can design it for you, or work with a designer. In our case, we'll do the whole thing for you. We'll design it, we'll price it out, and we'll build it. But I think it is an important thing to work with somebody who's a pro that's done it before, that has designed, has a good amount of experience designing kitchens, and that likes to cook. There are some kitchens that are really pretty, but they're very impractical. Like, it's not something that there's a difference. I think that your kitchen can be pretty to look at and a pleasure to use, and that's the ideal, right? That's our goal for creating for an outcome. That's what we want to do. What else we got?
There's another viewer that I think they're thinking about remodeling their kitchen. They want to know, what's more important, form or function? I think you just touched on that.
Yeah, form or function. I like it both. I think you can make it beautiful and you can make it practical. So I think one of the next videos that we're going to be doing is we're going to talk about countertop options. We're going to talk about floor plans maybe next, so that we can build a little bit on this idea that your kitchen should be designed around workstations. So if you want to learn more, please like us, subscribe, and follow us on Facebook, so that you know when the next video is up. So visit our blog if you want to learn more about kitchen remodeling on our website, BayCitiesConstruction.com. Just click on the little link here for kitchen remodeling, and it'll take you to all the content that we have. We've got hundreds of articles about kitchen and bathroom remodeling that are there for you. It's free. It's for you to use and for you to learn more about the subject matter and also to learn more about us. So please go to baycitiesconstruction.com and check all of those free resources out.
Yeah, most people have a lot of time on their hands right now, so.
Yeah. If you got a little time to kill, no pun intended. Jesus. All right, so guys, this is me at one of our jobs in PV. We've been around for 15 years. Actually, I started during the 16 years, since the last Great Recession. So don't look forward to having this next one coming up. But we've been doing this for a long time. We started the business during the last Great Recession, and now we have some really cool services that are all inclusive. We can design it, we can build it, we can have it engineered for you. We'll take it to the city. We'll get you all set up. Don't miss another episode. Please don't forget to like us. Look forward to talking to you. If you have any questions, please give us a call. And even better, if you've got a project that you're thinking about doing, take a picture of it and email your pictures to Brian@baycitiesconstruction.com. BRYAN@baycitiesconstruction.com. My name's Alex, reminding you don't need a contractor. You need a team of pros.
The kitchen you want today from Bay Cities Construction in the Southern California and Los Angeles area. There is no better company who takes time out of the equation to get you a detailed plan of what your new kitchen will look like. Get your design plans done, your interior design plans done, and entire project scope done right now. Get your finished kitchen in 90 days or less. We are the best in the Los Angeles and Southern California area, and there's no need to shop anywhere else. Just get started with Bay Cities Construction. Go to baycitiesconstruction.com. That's baycitiesconstruction.com.
My name's Alex Rodriguez, reminding you don't need a contractor. You need a team of pros.